Comfortable clothes day for me, so I'm not wearing the jeans or the sweater, just comfy clothes. You should stream the RE4 remake. Oh, hey, good to see ya! So, the funny thing about that is I really wanted to stream the RE4 remake, kind of like how I did Dead Space. The only issue is that I don't want to have to wait for a stream day to play it, because I've been super excited for RE4. So I might finish the game first, and then I'm gonna probably do like a New Game Plus kind of thing where I go through it again. But as of right now, I kind of want to just play it on its own first, and then I might stream it afterwards. Just because I've been having a blast with it, and I've unsubscribed from multiple YouTube channels temporarily just so I don't get spoiled from the changes. Because I played RE4 multiple times. I've got every achievement on the Steam version of that game, but at the same time, I don't want to be spoiled for any specific changes that might happen in the game. Because I'm only on, I think, Chapter 4? Something like that. So, last time we left off, we had defeated the Blue Gigas, Blue Heme, sent the Valuans back where they came from, but I'm gonna go and explore these shops a little more, just kind of, because I kind of rushed through this looking at the ship parts, and I really need to buy deluxe kits and other healing items. One of these days you should stream the DMC games in order. Oh yeah, for sure, that's something that I plan. The only thing, well, I guess me playing through DMC2 is going to be fun because of how painful that game is going to be. See, DMC2 had a really good soundtrack, and there are some bosses in that game that I really enjoy. The only issue with it is that it's just trying too hard to be Matrix-esque cool, so the gameplay just feels really slow, in my opinion. I mean, it's, like, some people love it, some people hate it. I personally didn't enjoy Devil May Cry 2, which is weird because DMC Devil May Cry, the 2010 reboot, I actually didn't mind the gameplay. I actually enjoyed the gameplay quite a bit. And the soundtrack is okay, but I just really didn't like the story part. I felt like even as a reboot and reimagining of the characters, they just really dropped the ball with how they portrayed them. Like, even when you reboot a franchise, you really kind of have some sort of familiarity with how the characters are supposed to act and feel. But I just didn't really get that with the DMC Devil May Cry reboot. I'll be lurking, dog. Alright, no problem. I mean, there's not really going to be anything too exciting happening for a little bit. I'm just kind of getting my bearings, gathering some supplies, and seeing what I missed, because I feel like I covered most of my bases in this area, but it's probably a good idea for me to just kind of do a double check, because I don't want to have to fly all the way back here just to realize that I forgot something. Oh yeah, the boats are over here. So, I'm wondering if I can get the crew member in here. Because I know there are certain crew members that I can't get at this point, but it's worth a shot. Maybe we will. See, the thing is, sometimes you can get crew members that kind of fulfill the same task. Like, for example, she is going to also be a cook, but I already have one in Polly, so I'm not really too familiar with a lot of the ship-based systems because, again, when I played this game as a child, I really didn't understand a lot of some of the more complex concepts of this game due to a lack of reading comprehension at my age. Or at that age, rather. I'm sure there's, like, different incentives for using different crew members like that. But at the same time, it's just, it's kind of more, it's a discovery process for me, just seeing, like, what crew members do what. But to be honest, like, I'm not sure, like, which crew members I can get, like, period. Like, I know there are certain NPCs that kind of, like, stand out among other random characters that I can talk to and they can become crew members, but a lot of the time it's just, I think that's what makes this game really special, me playing it again, as an adult, is that I'll be able to kind of see for myself, like, the more complex systems that I didn't understand as a child. So I think I really bought everything there is to buy that I'm interested in, but it wouldn't hurt to double check, because there might be something that I missed. I got the EX Tom for Virgil, and it cracks me up. Oh yeah, I actually saw your message for that, but I woke up a little later than I intended to, so I wasn't able to respond to any messages before I got on stream, but yeah, like, I love that so much. Because it really shows you that Virgil has a playful side to him, he just suppresses it. I like the mod where it actually swaps them out, so it's the Devil Trigger, and then Virgil is the one doing the dance. It's amazing. Like, DMC5 is just a love letter to Devil May Cry fans. Like, when I first played it, I played the entirety of it in one sitting. That was like a 9.5 hour stream. And just, like, having played the previous games in the series, like, seeing some of the dialogue they talk about, or the references they make, or even the music that they remix is just, like, I am satisfied with that game. It is a love letter to Devil May Cry. And even if that's the last game in the series, at least for a long time, and then I'm satisfied with the ending. Like, I'm okay with that open-ended ending. I mean, there's not really a lot more that they can tell, unless they bring one of the older villains like Mundus back, but I really loved that game. For Dante, I have a mod for his EX that plays just the two instead of the other song. That's awesome. I also need to make sure that my thing is working, because, like, I see your messages, but I don't see them popping up on screen. Maybe I'm just, like, looking at them too late. Oh, the book on ship polarity. That's how I get the improved engine. Let's go right back through that Dark Rift. No, we're gonna go try heading east, because the Valuans literally said, hey, we came from this direction to get around the Dark Rift, so we gotta use our big brain points here. Okay, I see it now. You got me hooked on ever since you played it. I keep coming back and replaying the story. See, I love that. I love getting people into games. Like, that's another reason why I'm playing this, because, like, for JRPG fans, like, anyone who hasn't played Skies of Arcadia, definitely pick it up if you get the chance. Like, I just love sharing stuff that I'm passionate about and getting people also hooked on it. You see they're doing a remake of Chrono Trigger? Wait, for real? Like, I knew that they did a Chrono Cross remaster, but if like they do a full-on remake of Chrono Trigger, that'd be amazing. That's another game that I really want to get into and play on stream, because I know it's one of the greatest JRPGs of all time, and I have it, I've just never actually played it. Like, it's really a genre that I haven't really explored too much. Save for, like, because Pokemon Red was my first, like, quote-unquote JRPG, and then Skies of Arcadia came a little bit after that in 2003. It just really depends on the JRPG. It's kind of the same thing with MMOs. Like, I can't really get into MMOs. Like, the only MMO that I ever played was RuneScape, and it's the only one that I still continually play. Just because, like, that one, I've had so much progress in it, it's more of just, like, I've played it for so many years that it's familiar to me. But starting a new MMO from scratch, like Final Fantasy XIV and stuff, I just have to have somebody continuously playing with me and finding the motivation to do it. Otherwise, I just can't get into massive multiplayer online games. Chrono Trigger is the best game ever made, in my opinion. Oh yeah, it has a phenomenal story. I love the soundtrack. And the fact that Akira Toriyama worked on it, it's just amazing. I watched my little brother, play through Chrono Trigger. So it's funny because Skies of Arcadia is the JRPG that my older brother played, and which is why I'm playing this now, and then Chrono Trigger is the one that my little brother played that got me into this, and it's like, I need to find, like, a JRPG that, well, I guess Final Fantasy 15, but I mean, technically one of my other brothers introduced me to that, so. Okay, so they said just sail directly east, so I guess just this way? I sail directly east and then I get into like a really insane boss battle or something. Because the way that this game has immersed me so much is just, I tend to forget that, yeah, the world in Skies of Arcadia is round, despite what the map tells you, because in some games like that, the world in the games doesn't let you go around like this. Like, it stops at a certain point. But Skies of Arcadia lets you actually travel around the world in a sphere. Okay, let me see here. What was my moonstone color? Okay, that's right, I was training red for him. And for her, it was purple, so she's staying on purple. Her go back to silver, and then he was yellow.
Here goes. Yeah.
Yeah, allegedly,
That was fun.
so I saw some articles today, and there's a chat member who posted a link to an article in my Discord server about a potential Skies of Arcadia remaster rumor. And I've heard rumors of it for a long time. Like, even back in, like, 2009, 2012, I remember there being rumors about it. And if it's true, then it would be perfect timing for me to be streaming this. And in a way, like, I hope that the remaster looks almost as good as this, because this was a complete, like, overhaul of everything. They took all the original textures and upscaled them, fixed them up in Photoshop to make them more visually, not realistic, but fit more with the art style, because the texture resolution was so low in the original that rebuilding it from the ground up would have been difficult, or just gigapixeling it would have made the characters look like abominations.
Here goes.
But even just the fact, even just like a port with like some fixed up graphics would be just fine with me. Because like it's Sega, so it's not Nintendo, so they would be able to put it on PC and Xbox and so on. It wouldn't be restricted to just a Nintendo console like it was in the past. And having a PC version of this with a 60 FPS frame rate and resolution options would be fantastic. Because I had to go through a lot of hoops just to get the game to look this good on my version of the game. Like, I had to go through a lot of hoops to get it to run in 16:9, have the HUD fixed up like this to where it doesn't stretch. Yeah, it was a lot of tweaking to get it to look this good, and I'm definitely not going to be messing with those settings anytime soon. Alright, so it looks like there's this giant wall, so... Oh, yeah, that's right. So, I have to find that area where they blew the hole in with the Draco.
Yeah.
And that's something that I really like about this game, is that certain world events that are mentioned, such as, like, oh, I blew a hole in this area, or you see something happen in a cutscene, it actually reflects that in the world. So, for example, earlier in the game, there was an instance where we escaped from a fortress using a cannon, and we flew through the hole in the fortress in order to escape. But when you come back to that area in the open world, you can still see that hole in the game world. And you can also see defeated enemies as well. So I think it's just really cool that they had that level of detail. Like, it's something that is easily overlooked, but it's really impressive, because I remember when I was a child playing this and just flying around, I just remember looking for different things that were mentioned in the cutscenes or in the game world, like trying to find them and trying to find them just laying around somewhere.
Take this.
Now that I think about it, I really should have probably went to the mountain to go see Blue Heem, but it's not a huge deal. I mean, I'll probably be coming back here at some point, and I'll be, by my nature, I will point it out, so... Because I think it's going to take me a while just to find the exit that they were mentioning. Okay. Rain of Swords, and then call it a day.
That was fun.
Because I don't think I can just go straight through this reef. But knowing my luck, I'm probably going to go all the way at the top of the map and then realize, oh, the hole's actually at the bottom. Which, actually, now that I think about it, it probably is. So, I mean, it's not too big a deal. I mean, I'm filling out this area of the map, so I'll remember that for next time, and in case there's something over here, I'll have this location on my map. But, you know, the more the merrier in terms of these random battles. Like, I know that I detest a lot of these random battles, but at this point, it's just easier, it's better for me to get as many battles in as I can, just so I get the XP that I need for later on. Because I don't intend to run from any battle, so that's really paid off in terms of my power.
That was easy.
See, and I wonder if I'm okay to go fight one of the optional bosses now. Okay, I think that's the last red-based ability that Vice can learn. Oh no, I'm actually on the other end of the map. It's just finding the whole... I think it'll stop me when I get right here, or it'll just loop. I don't remember. Yeah, now that I think about it, I have to go to the bottom of the map, but it is what it is. Let's see. Okay. So, what am I going to train Vice on next? I might put him on blue, just so I get kind of all my bases covered. I mean, it's good to have the healing abilities kind of rounded on all the characters, but at the same time, it's going to take a while to get Vice and some of my other party members to the point where they have the same level of healing skill as Aika does. Actually, now that I think about it, I completely forgot that I unlocked that, so now it's my turn to use this damn ability. Oh, I hated this as a kid. And I missed! Maybe that's why I didn't use it too much. Oh well. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, I guess. So I'm wondering if it'll just loop me, or if it's gonna give me like a force field that prevents me from going further. Okay, it actually looped me, so that's good news. So... that's the Dark Rift again.
Here goes! Over there!
How about you?
I guess it's not a bad thing them going in this direction, because I need to stop by Sailor's Island anyway.
That was fun!
Just means more exploring the world, and even though I'm going into places that I've been, it's not too huge a deal. Okay, so... yeah, I would imagine it's going to be up here. Yeah. I do like that it loops like that, though. Because they very easily could have just put an invisible barrier there to prevent you from progressing, but they actually made it loop, so it's more realistic. Because, like, not even just JRPGs, but, like, even in just, like, Western RPGs, I've always hated how you get to a certain point of the map and it just stops. And I mean, I get it, because, like in Fallout 3 or New Vegas or something, when you get to the edge of the map and you keep going, you're obviously going to go to, like, a separate location in the state that you're in,
That
but
was easy.
at the same time, like, it just kind of breaks the immersion for me whenever there's an invisible barrier, like in New Vegas or Fallout 3 or Fallout 4, or it says, like, you can't progress in this direction. Okay, so I think I might have just... did I screw myself? No, I just went right back to Yafotoma. Okay. Huh. Well then. Well, I'll just continue progressing in this direction, just to kind of get the map filled out. But knowing me, I'll probably be doing this for like an hour, just trying to get through this section because of the random battle and the random encounter rate. But, you know, it's required. I've got to do it. There's no avoiding it, so... Gotta crawl before I can walk. Goodness knows, this portion of me trying to get to the next area of the world is me certainly moving at a snail's pace. Well, maybe I can just ride the Dark Rift over to where that hole is, because it doesn't look like it's going to stop me. Because I think it's just going to lead me to the entrance of the Dark Rift, and then once I get past it, I'll be able to find that exit. Okay.
We did it!
Okay, so I look directly... Oh, no, that's south. What am I doing? This map is very, very confusing. So, it needs me to go this way. Oh, hey, Cranberry, welcome to the stream! I saw your pictures, I just haven't had the opportunity to respond to them yet, but, like, very, very gorgeous photos, and that waterfall one was really cool, but as you said, like, there's a lot of caution involved with that, but...
Here goes!
Aw, Cyndaquil. Yeah, so right now, in my previous stream, I had completed Yafotoma, and now I'm just kind of looking for the exit to get to Ixataka. Because rather than going through the Dark Rift, it's going to be quicker, and the game is actually intending for me to go through that exit. Okay.
We did it!
Yeah, since my sense of direction is very skewed, I actually went the entire wrong way. Trial itself is pretty safe for your casual person, even young children do it. Rappelling down to the bottom, not as safe. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I think I might have just, like, screwed myself when it comes to, Okay, I gotta go back this way. Oh, there's actually something here. Yeah, like, this bench overlooking the waterfall, which is the end of the trail, and it's perfectly safe to find and go end to end. Oh, okay. I mean, I've been, like, to some fairly large waterfalls, like, pretty close to them, but, never thought about actually rappelling down them. Though, there is a somewhat large waterfall near where I live, probably one of the largest in my state that people tend to jump off of and swim in. Just because it's not too tall and the water's fairly deep, but I've never done it myself, just because the local creek water is very... ew. It's gorgeous, but I tend to appreciate it from a distance just because of how gross the water actually is around here. Lots of lead and debris in the water. If I get the opportunity, I'll show you some photos. But it's just a matter of actually finding them in my folders, because I have a ton of pictures, but a lot of them are organized very poorly. If someone wanted to leap from this waterfall, it would likely be the last thing they ever did. Oh yeah, because that looks like a really, what's the word I'm looking for? I think steep? Like, very steep drop? That was easy enough to get Ryu Khan as my crew member. Was there anything here that he can provide? Like, okay. Well, I mean, I guess that wasn't completely terrible, me going that roundabout way. The steep drop in the water is not deep. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I've got to go south. Or, no. Yeah, south, because that'll take me back through here. Yeah, like I said, if I get the opportunity, I'll show you some pictures of that waterfall. Now that it's getting warmer outside, I'd actually like to go for a walk and maybe go down to that nature trail that's near where I live. It's just been really... like, it's been unpredictable. Like, in the morning sometimes it'll be like 30, 40 degrees, and then in the daytime it'll get up to like 60, 70. So it's fairly pleasant outside. It's just, I've got to kind of escape from my morning job first. Because once I start having more time after leaving that morning job, I'm definitely going to probably start taking, well, I definitely am going to be taking more walks and going out to places more, just because waking up at 4 in the morning really doesn't give me a lot of energy to go out and do things aside from coming home and sleep. Though I do martial arts classes during the week, so that's one of the times that I tend to get out and about, but save for that, I don't really get much of a chance to go out and explore. Something that my sensei was telling me is, like, a life of simplicity is usually a good one, and I can really see that, because, like, I realized I was working way too much. Like, having a lot of money is great, and having stability is necessary, but what good is all of that if you don't get to experience things that you want to do and see the world? And that's something that I want to do, is to go out and about and explore, but working so much, I never get the chance to do that.
We did it!
Is that a waterfall that you visited? Is that somewhere kind of in the same general area as Mount St. Helens, or is it somewhere kind of completely different? Because Mount St. Helens, of course, is one that I really want to see at some point, just because I'm really into, like, the volcanology behind it and just the story. Olympic Peninsula. Okay. Yeah, because I remember there's a, what was it, like a red house or something that was in the process of being built on Mount St. Helens, or at least nearby, that was hit with the, what was it, the pyroclastic flow before it was complete.
Over there!
And that's like an attraction down there, from what I understand. A small gift I received last year was a mini back bag that I can wear, like light fabric. The intention being that I can put my clothing in it. This was sent to me after a hike in which I removed my clothing in order to cross the river where the bridge collapsed. Wow. You know, I've probably said it before, Cranberry, but like your adventures and your tales are really fascinating to listen to. Like it fits with the theme of me playing this game with all of these adventures, but your real life adventures are really, really great to hear, and I'm really happy that you're comfortable sharing them with me. I knew that crossing was coming, so instead of underwear, we're taking my hiking clothes. Okay. East from here, I should be getting that Sky Rift, or the reef, or whatever it's called. That was the Big Four ice caves. I did not let a collapsed bridge stop me because that was not just a hike, that was a mission. Yeah, and you're an explorer. And that's... And some of the greatest explorers didn't let things like that stop them, and it's really admirable. Because, like, if we were to compare, like, the games that I'm playing to your real-life explorations, it's like... The fact that Vice didn't have a lot of experience before starting this game didn't let that stop him, and look where he is now. And I think that's a lesson that I need to learn, is that I need to be a little bit more exploratory and kind of get out of my comfort zone. And technically I did that with the whole streaming thing, like I got out of my comfort zone with it. But in terms of like real-world adventures like that, I really want to go see more stuff, but I'm kind of in the process of conquering a lot of those anxieties and fears.
Let us be thankful for our safety.
Especially in my area, there's a lot of urban legends and things that people have, like, that folk tales and things that have been passed down for years and years that I'd love to see for myself how true they are, but I've just never had the bravery to actually go by myself and figure out on my own if these were true. Not self-promo, but I'm part of a Let's Play series for Dragon Quest X. My partner in that suffered a terrible loss. His cousin suffered complications from pregnancy. The baby was saved, but Julia, the mother, died. I went to the Big Four ice caves and left a memorial tribute to her. I did that hike in honor of her, and it meant a lot to my partner, so I did not let the bridge stop me. And I actually gotta take a drink and kind of, like, collect my thoughts for a proper response to this. Well, firstly, I'm completely okay with self-promo, because you've been in my stream multiple times, and you're really cool to be around, but honestly, that's really touching to read, because if somebody later on goes to that location and sees that, there's a story to tell there, because somebody would look at that and see, like, you know, they'll see your story and what you had done to get to that point. It's a very temporary memorial. Left flowers there so those will fade away. Yeah, if you're comfortable sharing that. Like, I'd really love to see it. I didn't even move and I got into a well, I did kind of move, but, like, I only moved an inch and it got me into another battle.
Yeah.
So more of kind of like a natural memorial.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That wasn't so bad.
So as to not pollute the environment, I did not leave the plastic wrapping for the flowers, but I arranged the flowers themselves, but now they're probably vanished, but they were there for the winter. I have to say, Cranberry, just reading your stories and your experiences, like, it's just incredible. Like, I really admire you for that. Just listening and hearing and physically seeing the photos that you share, it's really inspiring. Definitely inspires me to kind of get out of my comfort zone, and hopefully when this job thing is figured out, I'll be able to kind of go on some adventures. I mean, not recklessly go on adventures, like I'm not going to go straight to the creek and go jump off a cliff or something, but no, like, I definitely want to go and explore more. Like, I definitely have a lot of anxiety about going to certain places, just because the area I live tends to be not, like, super dangerous, but there's a lot of really not so great, not so great encounters that I've had in the past. So you said you want to see Mount St. Helens. I'm considering attempting Spirit Lake again while the road is closed. I'm looking at renting an electric bike to be able to make the 17-mile trek. Conditions are safe, I make it better. Yeah, absolutely. Like, one of the things that I've really wanted to see is... It's kind of silly, but I really want to see the, see if there's still, like, how do I put this? The ash from the original eruption that's, like, I want to see if it still kind of has, like, a consistency in the ground in some places. I know that in some areas it does, but, like, I'm just really curious if it's still enough to where you can just, like, put it in the palm of your hand or something like that. And it's just, overall, like, Spirit Lake itself is just a really impressive showcase of how nature can come back and repair itself. From the documentaries that I saw, and the photos and videos, Spirit Lake was completely decimated after that eruption.
That was fun.
But, well, like, 40-something years after, it's repaired itself. It's still got that floating log, all those floating logs from the trees, but it's repaired itself, and it's really impressive. Spirit Lake is extremely difficult. The road is closed. I had 3 failed attempts to reach it last year, but I'm a lot stronger now than I was then. Is it true that Spirit Lake is, I heard it's like a scientific, enclave, or whatever the term was, and people aren't actually allowed to use boats on it or something? I know that it's generally, like, closed off for obvious reasons for swimming and things like that. Maybe the term I'm looking for is, like, protected, like, natural environment or something. My brain is very mush at the moment. Hopefully I find the exit to Aikzataka. The only legal access to Spirit Lake is via Harmony Falls Trail. A boat is definitely legal, but even as a law-breaking White Rabbit punk, you'd be hard-pressed to actually get a boat there. Yeah, because I've seen people on YouTube who take, like, a GoPro and they, Oh, here's the exit! Oh, thank goodness. I've seen people use, like, GoPros and show what it looks like under the water, and people get close to the logs, but you'd have to haul it down trail, and even if you got into the water, it'd be promptly destroyed by the log. Yeah, because I would imagine that, like, all of that wood would just absolutely destroy a boat. Oh, well, since I'm in Aikzataka again, I could probably go get Hans. Also, apparently the pronunciation for, like, I've been saying Valua wrong the whole time, so apparently it's Valua, like the Valuan Empire and the Valuans, but it's a little bit hard on the tongue for me, so I'll probably just continuously call them Valuans. I mean, it kind of blows my mind that that's the proper pronunciation, but at the same time, it's just I want to keep a little bit of my childhood sanity. Okay, cool, I got Hans. It's not like there's a law that you absolutely mispronounce it that way. Yeah. It's just one of those things, like, I've mispronounced a lot of the names in this game. There's a few chat members who are fluent in Spanish, and they've been very informative into how a lot of these naming conventions are pronounced. Even Mario, I heard some people pronounce it Mario. I actually purposely sometimes pronounce it as Mario or Mayro. Like, I think, what was it? My amiibo fighters in Smash, I actually named my Young Link amiibo Young Lint. And I named my, I think my Toon Link, I just named him Lunk, like L-U-N-K. Because he's a lunk for being so absolutely brutal. Okay. So, if I remember right, I'm supposed to see a cutscene somewhere, but I guess maybe not until I get to Crescent Isle. Even I have been called several different names depending on where the people are from. Yeah, and there's like regional pronunciations and stuff. For example, I speak with a more Midwestern accent, which I'm borderline south where I am. Of course, I'm not going to say my exact location, but borderline southern, so a lot of my pronunciations tend to go towards a Midwestern southern. English folks call me Cran, Japanese folks call me Barry.
Here goes!
Well, to give you kind of an insight into some regional pronunciations, like, for example, I tend to say
Over there!
rough or roof instead of roof. Like, I say it more like rough as in a dog saying rough. I'll say fur instead of for. And especially if I'm around more people in my area, like when I'm at work, I'll pronounce things with a more pseudo-southern dialect. Because a really bad habit with this dialect is that sometimes people around this area will purposely add letters to words that aren't there. So, like, for example, there's so like Miami, Florida. People around here would call it Miami, Florida. My nickname for you is the one rabbit I see on Twitch that has emerald green eyes and blue glasses and has a sexy hourglass shape, yet still subtle enough to be safe for children. Well, I'll take it. We'll have to like create an acronym for that. Oh. Well, that kind of gets me curious. Is there like any specific like dialects or words or phrases that you're familiar with, or at least that you tend to speak in conversation? I'm trying to think of, because it's really fascinating to see how certain things are pronounced regionally throughout not just the world but the United States. Logged in to give you a view, but I'll be back in 30 or so. Oh, alright, Sarah. I've only been streaming for about an hour, so you're completely okay.
Here goes!
Yeah.
Out-of-towners never know how to pronounce the town of... okay, so I'm probably gonna be one of those out-of-towners, but is it Puyallup?
Here goes!
Not even close. Okay. What's the correct pronunciation of it?
Yeah.
I mean, surprisingly, there are some places that I can get right on the first try, like Saskatchewan, and even then I'm probably mispronouncing it, and I may just, like, be giving myself a false sense of, success when I say that. Also, Warsh. Like, instead of wash,
Is it
there's
over already?
Warsh, like W-A-R-S-H. So, like, George Washington. I personally don't say it like that, but I know a lot of people around my area who do. Come on, I gotta get this tornado before a random battle appears. There we go. The tricyclone. Try this. Puyallup, but shorten the Pew so it's more like Pew. Puyallup? Almost kind of like fuel up. Puyallup? Fuel up. Oh, okay. Owl. Like, Puyallup? Puyallup. Puyallup. Like, I have to, like, hear myself saying it just to make sure that I'm even remotely getting it correct. Just a tad more emphasis on the owl. Oh, Puyallup. Okay. I learned something new today. Alright, let's see. Tricyclone. A dangerous triplet of cyclones. Sailors have dreaded the legendary tricyclone for centuries. It's said that if you encounter it, all you can do is pray. However, it is also said that in the center lies the treasures of 1,000 air pirates. Well, if that treasure means extremely... oof. So this is actually not too far off from reality. So, since I work, or at least for a little while now, in 2 weeks, I'm working for local news. I work with a lot of meteorologists, so I've seen a lot of the terminologies and a lot of the science behind it. So, tricyclones, technically, not too far off the truth. From my understanding, there's a phenomenon called multi-vortex tornadoes. So essentially, like, there'll be this big giant cloud, but there'll be multiple vortexes inside of said cloud. So sometimes a tornado will it'll be a tornado, but it'll be like multiple small tornadoes on the inside, and it's really fascinating. Especially when I talk to meteorologists about that, because like, I get to learn about some sciences that I never really would have understood before. It's almost a meme. Nobody knows how to pronounce it. One of my work colleagues needs my help lurking. Oh yeah, no problem, Cranberry. I'll still be here, so no worries. Okay, so I saw Gordo's restaurant over here, so... yeah, right here. Well, it's good to make these stops here while I can.
Take this, you crook.
Really think at some point I need to invest in getting a more... not necessarily a new chair, but something more comfortable to sit in. Because the chair is fine if I'm just doing day-to-day work and playing a game just by myself, but over time, like when I'm in this position to kind of be in front of the camera, it tends to get pretty uncomfortable for my back, so maybe I should get like a cushion or something like that expands the chair. Because just having a pillow here doesn't really cut it. Could also just be that I have really bad posture, but at the same time. Alright, let's go to, I think it's Gordo's restaurant. I forgot what it was called, like Gordo's Bistro or something. Gordo's Bistro. Oh hey, there's Domingo. Sure. I mean, I'd feel bad going into a restaurant like this and not buying anything. It's like going into a gas station just to use the bathroom. It's just one of those things where I feel like I really have to spend money. Oh, there's also a Cham in here somewhere. So I guess even Cupel's getting something out of this. But I wonder how much of this food is stolen, because Gordo's whole shtick is that he's a black pirate that steals people's food. So I wonder how much of this is actually his and stuff he took from ships. I also need to reset my position. There we go. I mean, he's probably found more discoveries than I have, so he probably won't. Okay, there's like, I think there's like 150 or more discoveries, so I think I'll be just fine. Well, at least Gordo kinda... Gordo had a change of heart, because... But still, I still wonder how much of this is stolen, because... I mean, this is very clearly like a startup restaurant, but at the same time... You know, his whole shtick was that he stole food from sailors, so I wonder how much of that food stock is not actually his. But I'll take his word for it that he had a change of heart and he's probably sourcing it from better places. So I think I might actually stop by Pirate Isle. I doubt there's going to be anything good there, but they may pleasantly surprise me. Because I'm just kind of hitting every single location that I can while I'm in this area of the world. Because now that I think about it, I also need to go fight Piastol if I can. Where's my Cham? I think that's actually her right over there. So, I'm ready to be absolutely destroyed, so... I mean, it's only the second version of her, but at the same time, I know how crazy Piastol can get later on in the game, but... I may as well give it a shot. Yeah, well, since I'm going to do an optional boss, I need to pull up my Moonstone chart and see what her color will be. Because I think I'll be doing a little better now that I have Enrique and I can use Justice Shield, but at the same time, she's still a fairly intimidating boss, so... regardless of all the stuff that I have, it's still going to be quite an ordeal to get through this. Well, here we go. Long time no see, Piastol. Well, if this was 7 years, wouldn't Vice have been like 10 years old?
On guard!
I'm really curious how effective a scythe as a weapon actually would be. Because I know there's like the handheld like gardening scythes that are used in certain Japanese martial arts. The name escapes me, I think, at the moment, but I wonder how like an actual like Grim Reaper-esque scythe would work in a real battle. Probably similar to like a bow staff, but with a blade at the end of it. Okay, so she is blue, so according to my chart... Okay, so this chart is actually really confusing. Okay, this one's actually more detailed. I was looking at one that was outdated. Okay, so blue... So I guess red? I mean, I'll find out right quick if I chose wrong, but first things first, I'm gonna attack her minion here.
May righteousness be our shield, shield of justice.
Because I know that one of the big things with her Death Hound, or whatever it's called, is it uses healing magic on her. Man. So I think it's probably really... it would be to my benefit to take it out fairly quickly.
Here goes!
think I have a Curia Crystal. Yeah. That Vice. Then I will have her. Use Glyph of Might on Vice. And then Rike, Justice Shield.
On guard!
Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Yep, and my suspicions were correct. I mean, I don't really intend to fight, like, attack her just yet. I really want to take out her minion first. Man.
Let's try this.
Fine, Vice. If you're gonna be, if the game is gonna do it out of order to where it misses, then I'm gonna have you use one on yourself. I'm gonna have Aika use Sacrum. Fina, well, we'll have you focus, and then Enrique will just go back to Justice Shield. That's what I was afraid of. Yep, it hit because I can hear the music change, so not so subtle way of reminding me, game. I hate it so much. So I guess I'm gonna have to use Justice Shield and Delta Shield, just so I don't get hit by Silver Magic.
Moons, give me strength.
Okay, so... Oh, that's not good. Oh, I hate this boss battle. I'm very tempted to use my one of, like, 2 Aura of Valors for this, but I really don't want to. I might just have Vice use, like, Cutlass Fury or something on this thing, just to... Like, even if it doesn't take it out, it's still worthwhile to do that.
On guard!
Okay, come on, Enrique. You can survive this. You're tough. Or apparently not. Shit!
Sorry. I did go on.
I am so done for. I mean, if I lose, then I'm probably just gonna reload my save and then, like, do this boss battle at a later time. Because it's not required for me to do this, but at the same time, if she's gonna keep kicking my ass like this, there's nothing I can do. So, let's see, I'll revive Enrique first, because he's the priority. Yep, I'm done for. Oh, God. Gosh dang it. Yep, I will just, yeah, just kill me. Like, just kill me. I did not come into this prepared at all.
Here goes.
I think what I'll do is I'll probably just, like, over-level myself before I redo this boss, so... Well, maybe. I might have a chance if she doesn't do some crazy move. Yeah, that's probably gonna take her out, so yeah, it's gonna be... I'm gonna be stuck in a loop. Yep, I'm completely screwed, so... Yep.
Here goes.
Well, you know, maybe I shouldn't give up so easily. Okay, so I'll have you guard. Actually, no. You will use a Rise Elm Crystal on Aika. And then Rike, you'll use Justice Shield. It's like I'm pretty much just playing on the defense at this point.
On guard!
I mean, hopefully that doesn't take him out. Because it's like if I don't use Justice Shield, it's pretty much an instant kill.
Here goes.
So I'm really, like, kind of like just trying to recover from mistakes I made at the beginning of the boss battle. Poor Cupil's literally just a puddle. Okay. Shield, Justice Shield. Okay, well, it's good that I got Delta Shield out, because that could have been bad.
Here goes.
Okay, well, I've successfully recovered my party, but I just gotta make sure that that's gonna be something that'll help me. So, I think I'm just gonna go with Cutlass Fury for now, just so I can build up my spirit points enough. Because I feel like there's no way that I'm going to be able to do this if I don't use the Delta Shield, Justice Shield combo. Because she does way too much damage with Tempest Dance
On guard!
if I don't use Justice Shield. So maybe I'll...
Let's try.
Because I don't want to use my Aura of Valor on this boss. I mean, this is what... I mean, technically there wouldn't be any other circumstance that I use it if it wasn't on a boss like this, but... You know, I might just keep doing that, and... I'll have Fina use... Sakurulin, Vice, and then Rike Justice Shield again. So maybe I can turn this around. I mean, I'm just gonna be like taking off like slivers of health every time, but that's really all I can do unless I get a bunch of spirit points in one turn. I mean, if it works, it works. So,
May righteousness be our
Push
shield.
of Might, Increm to reduce physical damage. Yeah, that's true. I could probably do that, but at the same time, I probably came into this very severely underleveled, and I just was not aware how much of an absolute beast Piastel is. At least second Piastel. I thought I was very arrogant coming in to this, so I think I'm just gonna like do slivers of health at a time in order to take her out. Oh, and also welcome to the stream, Lord Joker. You probably came at a really, probably not the best of times, because she was kicking my ass for the first bit, and I just was like, I nearly just said screw it and reloaded my save, but you know. I'll just do this and then kind of reevaluate my strategy if I beat her for the next time. Okay, that's bad. What am I gonna do? I'll just use a standard attack for this turn. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Finish helping out my colleagues. Oh, well, welcome back, Cranberry. You definitely came back at a time where I'm getting my, I am absolutely getting every fiber of my being handed to me. on a silver platter. Okay, so that's what I'll do.
On guard!
Okay. Literally attacking a petrified woman.
Here goes.
I mean, it's not the best strategy in the world, but it'll get me through, I think. So, Cutlass Fury, Delta Shield. You will heal yourself. I remember her. She's a formidable boss. This one that scales to your party. She will always be strong no matter how much you level up. Oh, that's probably why. Because I remember her probably not so fondly, but I didn't know that she scaled to your level.
Righteousness be our shield.
So I kind of went into this boss thinking, oh, well, you know, I've done all of this, so I should be okay, but no. Argument could be made that level grinding makes her worse because it makes her stronger. Yeah, that actually makes sense, because, like, if you're really over-leveled at this point, then you just completely destroy her. It really defeats the point of having an optional boss like her. So really, my strategy so far has just been, I took out her Hound, and then I'm just having everybody kind of in a loop of using protective magics and super moves, or special moves. I mean, it's not the best strategy in the world, but it's worked so far. Let me see. How am I on health? Fairly okay. Enrique's really the only one that needs some healing.
Be our shield. Shield of justice.
But I think I don't think it really matters the way that I take her out. It's just a matter of taking her out. Okay, hopefully Enrique survives that. Okay. On the other hand, if you're lower level but have great gear, she's weaker, but you're stronger from your gear, but not due to level, so she's arguably more manageable.
Over there.
Okay, so Fina will actually function as my healer for really the first time since I started this game. Because eventually I want her to be my priority healer, but early on I really mismanaged a lot of my level ups. So, Aika ended up being my healer.
Shield of justice.
On guard!
Okay. Yeah, because if I wasn't using Justice Shield, that would have taken me out.
Let's try
So
this.
Enrique is like almost the priority party member at this point to reduce that damage. At least for bosses. Because, like, if I didn't have Enrique's Justice Shield, I'd be reviving my party members like every 2 seconds. Okay, so I don't have enough for that, so I'll just Delta Shield. Heal Ica. And because of the way the Justice Shield works, it goes at the beginning of every turn regardless. So it's a very useful ability. And really, I don't think I really need to worry too much about using Delta Shield for some bosses, just because the only reason I'm using it in this boss is because of that silver magic that she knows. Because Eternity, Eternus, Eternum, what have you, it's always been a troublesome ability, so it Like, I have to do it not because I want to, but it's just highly advised that I do it just in case.
May righteous.
Okay, I think that's a win. Hopefully. Wow, I actually came back from that. I didn't think that I'd actually be able to come back from this boss. I thought I was going to have to come back to this later, but, you know. Never give up, I guess. Well, that's what she gets for wearing a bikini instead of proper armor. I know, right? Like, that's something that I never got in MMOs or JRPGs, is like the bikini armor stuff. It's like, you're just exposing your body to sword strikes, arrow punctures. Like, I've actually seen, like, for example, like, samurai armor. I've actually seen a real pair of samurai armor in person, and not, like, authentic from, like, the Edo period or something, but a real, like, traditionally made suit that I actually had a hand in designing a logo that was, like, a symbol that was put on the chest for my sensei. And that armor is actually really fascinating because it's more lightweight, and a lot of the parts they move in a way that lets you have a full range of motion. So, like, for example, the helmet, when you look down or up, the back of the helmet will actually fold in, but it doesn't compromise its protectiveness at all. Welcome back, Sarah. So I thought that I was going to get completely just wiped by this boss, but luckily I was able to pull through and beat her. But that will forever be on the stream VOD that I nearly gave up on this boss, but I pulled through. I think I fight her like maybe 2 or 3 more times, maybe twice. Because her Tempest Dance ability gets stronger each time you fight her. Like, it adds another layer each time. But, you know, I got through it, and that's the important part. Not gracefully, but it doesn't really necessarily matter that I pulled through, like, from the skin of my teeth. I mean, pulling through is the important part. It's like passing a test. Okay, so Sailor's Island. My hiking gives me more perspective on armor. You would think just wear the strongest armor you can, but it's really not that simple. When you're doing a lot of physical movement, heavy, thick clothing gets hot, and overheating becomes a real concern. Yeah, and that's the interesting thing that I saw in that samurai armor. I could probably post some photos of it later on, because it was from a company out of, I think they were out of California, but they, like, also had, like, some artisans from Japan who worked on it. Iron Mountain Armory, that's what they were called. So, my sensei had been wanting to get samurai armor since he was a child, and I helped him get the dojo's logo on the frontal piece of the armor, the do piece. And I actually helped him put the armor on because it's very hard to actually put that stuff on by yourself. And it's just really fascinating how it's designed and how the range of movement is a priority, because especially if you're on horseback and you're wearing something that weighs like 40 pounds or more, like, that's going to be straining not on just you, but the horse too. Finding the right balance is really difficult. Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I own a set of kendo armor, which sort of tries to replicate wearing a full set of samurai armor. But the kendo armor is like very like to the point and simplistic. It's only to the parts that you need for a kendo match. So you've got the do chest piece, your kote pieces, which are your gloves essentially, and then the men piece, which is the helmet. But you've also got like I think it's called the tare, which is kind of a like a not I guess I could call it like a skirt piece as well. And fighting with that is difficult, because that full thing probably weighs like 20 pounds on your person. And while that doesn't seem like a lot, when you're dueling with extremely fast and precise movements, it gets very tiring very quickly. But yeah, if you ever want like a conversation about martial arts stuff, like I am a practicing kendo kenjutsu, I guess like practitioner, you could say. This July will be coming up on my 2 years since I started, and it's been a lot of fun. I actually got to do some tatami mat cutting over the weekend, but I need to work on my angles for my sword cuts because I knocked the mat over. Okay, so it looks like he's still got the same stuff from early on in the game, so looks like Sailor's Island isn't really going to be too worth it. Well, I guess I can check the ship parts merchant. He might have something. And he's still got the same stuff. So, I think I might just skip out on Pirate Isle, because they probably have... Well, actually no, I should go to Pirate Isle, because I can get some crew members. I had snow hikes where I bought a winter coat, and after 20 minutes I felt like I was in a sauna. Yeah, because I see a lot of people, especially like in forums and comment sections, argue about like which armor would be the best to wear, and like, oh, this armor is superior, these weapons are superior, but at the end of the day, it really depends on the person using the armor and the weaponry, and how confident they are, and also the situation, because you're not gonna wear like a heavy suit of armor that weighs like 40, 50, 60 pounds even in every circumstance. You're gonna wear some lighter armors depending on what kind of battle you're in. Like, imagine being in a desert in a 120-degree day with full metal armor. Yeah, you would you would basically be a solar panel at that point. And that's just something that I really liked about samurai armor, is just because of its the way that it's designed really encourages full range of motion with all aspects of your person, such as neck movements and so on.
Take this!
That was fun.
Throwing blade. So I haven't been to Pirate Isle probably since I left initially that first time, so this is the first time I've come back here. But the only reason I came back is not... I don't think there's going to be anything in the shop, so I'm not going to bother with it just yet. But I came back because there's a crew member that I can get here. Probably one of the most important. This little guy. Everyone needs the crew mascot, and Pow fits just fine. Every pirate crew needs a doggo. But yeah, I think Pals are the only crew member that I can get at Pirate Isle at this point. I don't know if there's any more that I can get here. Because obviously Vice's dad doesn't join your crew, and... I mean, maybe I'll come back later and there might be. Well, let me check the... Speaking of dojos, let me go check the dojo. Because maybe there's somebody here. How are you doing today? I'm doing okay. I'm like I said earlier in the stream, I'm leaving my morning job soon, so I'm gonna have a lot more time to myself. Just because, like, there's just too much drama involved with it, and, like, I'm physically not feeling well from it. And the fact that my body's giving me signs like, hey, this is not good for you, I'm leaving that job and just having one, because I strive to have a life of simplicity. Like, I don't need a lot of things to be happy, and, you know, having the money and the hours are great, but at the same time, like, if I can be stable with just one job, I'm fine with that. It's just, working so much, like, my sleep schedule was horrible. Like, I would wake up at 4 in the morning, go to my job for a couple hours, and then when I left that job, I would come home, and then I would sleep for the remaining 4 hours to get a full 8 hours, so it was very fragmented. I'm gonna go to Esperanza to go grab Dawn, because he's also another crew member that I can get. So really, this is also a crew building thing. Yeah, like, I won't get into too much detail. Oh, hey, welcome to the stream, Specs. Good to see ya. You came right after well, it was a very troublesome battle with Piastol, and I nearly gave up, but I ended up beating her. It wasn't very graceful, mind you, but I managed to beat her. I have to reevaluate my strategy next time I fight her, though, but yeah, welcome, welcome. So, but yeah, like, I'm not gonna get too much into it, but, like, local news, just, there's a lot of ego with the talent, and, while it's fascinating to work with, like, reporters and, you know, people who are in the media, it's fascinating because I get to see things, like, from, like, NBC, ABC, and I have access to, some of their technology, and there's actually a system where we can look inside the studio cameras of ABC's studio, which is kind of creepy, but, yeah, like, there's just a lot of ego drama and lots of corruption, and I just don't want to be part of that anymore, so I'd much rather just have a more simplistic job where I can be stable and deal with less stress, I think. Plus, with me not having to worry about that anymore, I'll be able to stream more, and like, I'm okay with not having a job that's related to video editing and live broadcasting, so long as I can do stuff that I'm passionate about, which is streaming. So, like, I'll put all those skills to streaming, and I could care less about what kind of job I have. Yeah, and that's not the rule So, like, I'm sure there's probably other stations out there that are much better. But just the company and the people that I work with are a nightmare. Like, I could tell a ton of stories about, yeah, I won't get too much into it, but yeah, it was a great job, but I think it's just time for me to move on, you know? But I mentioned earlier, because I found the Tricyclone discovery, and that's, let me actually see if I can pull that up real quick. This page, journal, discover. No, I don't want to read the journal, I want to go to discoveries. So, let's see. Tricyclone. Yeah, so I brought this up earlier when I found this, so this actually isn't too far from the truth. Because I work in local news, I'm able to meet lots of meteorologists and people who work with this kind of thing and the sciences behind it. So Tricyclone, from my understanding with a brief, grasp of the knowledge about it, there's a thing called a multi-vortex tornado, and essentially what it is, it's like the big cloud of the tornado has a bunch of small little tornadoes in it. So this isn't actually that far, that it's not that much fantasy. There's a reality behind this. I don't know how common it is, but like in the bigger tornadoes, like that does happen sometimes. As long as you're here in Esperanza, talk to the barmaid. She's got a quest regarding ball skewers. Oh, okay. So I guess I kind of overlooked that. The fact that tricyclones exist IRL is terrifying. Oh, hey Vice, good to see ya! So I just got through Yafotoma last stream, and now I'm just kind of like stopping at everywhere to get crew members and pick up side quests and so on. Okay. Well, I guess I'm kind of heading in that direction anyway, so... yeah. I actually don't think I've been to Maramba in a while, either. I'm pretty much just, like, hitting every stop before, Crescent Isle. It's like a road trip. Not sure if you can finish the Cabal Skewers yet, but you're headed that way and you're here. Did you hear that a rumored Skies of Arcadia official remaster was the talk of the internet yesterday? Yeah, I believe it was actually Specs who posted in my server chat about that. I took a look at it, and I really hope it's true. Because if it looks anything like this texture pack that I'm using, then I will be extremely happy. But just even having a re-release, remaster port, like... I'd be satisfied with that, because that's a new way for people to play it, especially if it's released on PC, because if it's released on PC, then it's evergreen, and people will be able to play it much easier, because I think the problem initially is that Skies of Arcadia, when it released on the Dreamcast, it undersold, and then when it was released on the GameCube, which is how I was exposed to it, it has been stuck on the GameCube for 20 years now. But I hope that, if it's true, then this HD remaster texture pack that I have going here with the 16:9 and the upscale to 1080p kind of fits that for the time being. Because, I mean, for now, this is the closest that we can get. I hope it just doesn't become one of those ultra buggy releases. Yeah. But I really hope that they add some, like, PC settings to it if they do release it on PC, where I can run it at multiple different resolutions, and they give the option to run it at 16:9, because the original was 4:3. Because technically, there are ways you can run this game at 60 frames per second, but it took a lot of tweaking just to get it to run and look this good. So I'm afraid that if I tried to get it to run 60 frames per second with all these other add-ons to it, it might crash the game. And with how this game is, I'd probably lose a ton of progress if I got a hard crash like that. I was going to ask if you'd hook me up with this pack and stuff I need for it sometime. Yeah, if you ping me in the server, I can send you towards the creator of this pack. Unfortunately, because the mod creator, you have to purchase it from his Ko-fi page, coffee, whatever. It's just $5, but at the same time, like, I don't want to get in trouble with the guy who made this because it's incredible work. But I just won't be able to actually share the files in good conscience, at least. But I think, like, I'm sure if you ask him, like, if you get into contact with him, he might be cool with it. Because, I mean, he was very responsive to my emails, probably like an hour or two before I streamed, he got into contact with me, or I got into contact with him, and he uploaded it to Mediafire, made it easier for me to download, so I was so sad about the state of the Tales of Symphonia HD remaster. I'm not too familiar with that one myself. What happened with that one? Because it seems like Sega, at least for, like, in the case of remastering old content, so, like, Panzer Dragoon got a remake, they've been re-releasing a lot of old Sonic games. Technically, they've already, like, quote-unquote, remastered, Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 with the PC releases. But at the same time, like, if they do a remaster and release it on Steam, for example, like, again, it will make this game evergreen and more accessible to people who want to play it, because it being stuck on the GameCube for 20 years has made it really difficult for anyone to actually play this game. And allegedly there was a leaked screenshot from this quote-unquote remaster, but at the same time, I have to take it with a grain of salt, just because somebody could have just as easily, like, taken footage from this remastered texture pack, or like from another source, but you never know. There's something amusing that Vice himself is asking for files for Skies of Arcadia, and Eno says no. Number of bugs and the fact that they removed some effects from the game. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's kind of like Devil May Cry 1 actually had a lot of the same issues. I already got a black spot for the Angel of Death, okay. Yeah, like, Devil May Cry 1 had, like, a lot of effects and stuff, and, like, the hair was all messed up for some Devil May Cry 1 and Devil May Cry 3. The original PC port of Devil May Cry 3 was abysmal. Okay, so it looks like they've still got the same junk. Just contact me in Discord later with details. You want to do another Pious a little bit harder? Absolutely not. Not right now, at least. But yeah, like, I'll, like, if you want to ping me in the server, or, like, if I remember, I will ping you, and I'll get into contact with you. It's just... Okay, before I say anything, yeah, like, I'll hit you up with the details. It's just that I don't want to publicly share the files just because I don't want to get in trouble with the mod creator, because it's fantastic work, and, like, he didn't have to do this, and making this game revitalized like this. I mean, those clouds look incredible. Apple Wax is still great for ship battles? Okay, yeah. Yeah, because ship battles have never been my forte. I've just never been really great with them. Oh, and also, Vice, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. That's where my brain is. My brain was on Piastol at the moment, so... And just the horror. Now, Vice is Black Pirate. You could give him the files, but he's a blue rogue. It'll be fine, maybe. I swear I'm a blue rogue, and because I'm not paying attention, I may have just bought something that I didn't even intend to buy. So let me check if I actually bought the right thing. Okay, I did. I swear I'm a blue rogue, not a black pirate. I mean, you could just be Baltor in disguise, or whatever his name is. So, this is another optional boss, and I'm not gonna fight him right now. Because I'm gonna... Like, I don't know which bosses scale up with you. I think some of the optional ones do, if not all of them. And I already had a really troublesome time with Piastol, so I'm gonna probably go to Crescent Isle first, and then I will return for them. Okay, so I can't remember where the skewer lady was. Oh yeah, she was. I think she was like over here somewhere. Because I remember coming here way back when. She's like, "Get out of my house." Yeah, her. Chair's getting a little uncomfortable. There we go. Yeah, Apple Wax is 50% more damage defense, 2 minutes. Oh, cool! Plus it's an item, so I don't have to worry about using any of my magic points. Yeah, like, any help that I can get, the guy's rupee, he does indeed scale with you. Yeah, because I remember, like, the faces, but not so much the names. Because the story with this game is that I watched my older brother play it, and I did play a little bit of it myself by mooching off of his save file. I think there's a treasure chest in there that I missed, but I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. But the story behind this is that I was initially exposed to the Dreamcast version through my aunt who had rented it, but I didn't really watch too much of it, and then my brother really got into it. We rented the game for a little bit from Blockbuster, and then we bought it. Because this game came out, what, like early 2003, so around that time frame. And I just watched him play it and my aunt play it, and there were times that in certain points, I would just mooch off his save file and continue with his progress, and I watched the entirety of the game, him playing it, so I recognize and know really everything about it as far as like the characters and the bosses, because I've seen them, but just like not off the top of my head I can't remember certain encounters. But you got the Captain's Hat for beating him, which is 80 plus attack. Vice. Well, I mean, I'll leave it up to you, chat. Do you want me to go through pain and fight Rupee? Because, I mean, this is all you, chat. I will do it if you want me to. I mean, I'm up for some pain. I usually fight him right after the Red Gigas, so I don't know how strong he is here. Okay, we're gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna throw all of my fear away, and we are gonna fight him. I think I already saved, so... Yeah. But I should probably make sure that all of my party is taken care of first. Okay, we seem to have a clean bill of health. Okay. Man, this guy looks... I love his glasses. Because I fought Luskan and Lapin already, and this is technically my second wanted list boss. Be a man, do no armor, no magic, no weapons. You got this. But I mean, look at my avatar. Do I look like a human? Either way, we're the legendary air pirates of the Larso clan. So you're Rupee Larso. Do you have Delta Shield? Yes, I do. I have Delta Shield and Justice Shield. So I will poll the audience, or rather, phone the audience here. So generally, what would you say a good strategy for Rupee would be? Because for the most part, I save Delta Shield just in case somebody's using Silver Magic. The good strategy is to not let your HP reach 0, which is a pretty good strategy if I do say so myself. He is not Rupee Lorso. Oh. If at first you don't succeed, skydiving is not for you. There's a gimmick to this fight I don't want to spoil. Okay. I'll probably find out right quick.
What? Prepare yourselves!
I remember he has a really, like, devastating punch attack, but that's really all I remember from this battle. So, let's see, what is his color? So they're both red, so let me look at my Moonstone chart. If I'd pick one and focus them down. See, I want to say Rupee would be the priority because he's probably going to do healing for Barta. But at the same time, I feel like if I attack him immediately, he's going to retaliate by just absolutely wrecking me. So, but I think it's... I'm going to, like, put caution to the wind here, and I'm just going to attack him. But I need to look at my Moonstone chart. Let's see. So, purple. Either Rupee doesn't really want fighters putting on quite a show to let your guard down. Yeah, he's trying to look, like, really cute and defenseless. When in reality, it's a whole different story. So I'm going to kind of feel him out a little bit. I'm not going to immediately do anything crazy. I might just use Justice Shield for this first turn, just so I have a little bit of a barrier.
Be our shield. Shield of justice.
And don't forget to use buffs. Yeah. They're red, so purple and blue. Okay. Yeah, so that's the cool thing about this playthrough is even though I have a lot of experience like watching my brother play this game and like knowing it from childhood and briefly playing it through my brother's file, like this is my first full playthrough by myself, and so it's a lot of it is a discovery phase for me, just kind of like looking and seeing like what to do and what not to do. So I'm gonna throw caution to the wind, and that might have been a bad choice, but I mean, like, I am kind of still in the feeling him out phase. Worst case scenario, defending and focusing to maximum spirit points is always a tactic. Oh, I forgot to change Enrique to purple. For every fight in the game. See, wouldn't it suck if they just completely got everybody with that? Well, it got most of us, so one of us is gonna get that. Damn it.
Give me strength.
The game has ears, and I tend to forget. Have you tried getting full spirit points yet? Yeah, a couple times in the past. Yeah, that's also why I'm saving my Aura of Valor, because I'm saving that for later on in the game, because I almost used it in my fight with Pyastal, but because of certain abilities that I won't spoil just yet, that I get later on, I'm saving that just so if I get into a tight spot, I can use it. So, think I'll just... My strategy at the moment will just be to hit Rupee, that for Vice, and then Justice Shield.
May righteousness be our shield.
And you have Lunar Wind's Cleansing from Rupee buff. Well, I actually don't know what Fina has at this point, because I've really neglected to give her any Moonberries. I've really neglected Fina a lot in this playthrough, and I know that's definitely going to bite me in the ass later on. But again, it's Discovery, so... I gotta hit my head every now and again to really, like, learn from my mistakes.
Move! Give me strength!
And I do have a bunch of Glyph of Might, so I don't have to worry about using magic to buff Vice. So, for the time being... Yeah, I think I'll just keep on the offense, and then I will have... Let's see. Yeah, I've got Lunar Blessing and Lunar Glyph. Because I'm really thinking about this now. Like, I'm just... Like, there's just so much strategy that I'm trying to put in my head, and I think I'm overthinking it. Fina's not that great. Yeah, like, because when you get Fina, like, she's so under-leveled by the point you get her that she has to really catch up to where you are. Justice Shield putting in the work. Yep, it's a good thing I did that. Okay, so he's charging up something. Yeah, because, like, Enrique just has a lot of utility with Justice Shield, I think, because, like, having physical attack damage by 50% is really useful, and it's something that I really never considered in the past. Isn't Fina basically a mage? She's kind of a mage, but Ica tends to be a better mage. So I guess maybe it wasn't a bad idea for me to use Ica as my mage, because Ica knows all of my healing magic at this point. So I use Glyph of Might. Have her use a Sacrum Crystal. I'll have Fina Guard, and then Justice Shield for one more turn.
May righteousness be our shield.
Pretty much, we're gonna hear May Righteousness be our shield, Shield of Justice, every single turn. Yep, there it is.
Take that!
Yeah, that would have completely wiped Enrique off the face of the earth had that actually hit him. Fina has more magic points, but healing doesn't care about stats.
Here goes!
Okay. So I kind of see what we're going with this battle. It seems like Rupee is, like, the support character, and he's really focused on powering up Barta. Actually, no. I will guard because I don't have enough to use Justice Shield, so it's good to have a little bit of a buff there. Aw, man! I mean, it's okay. I'm still getting the Pirate's Wrath out, but it's gonna... I see why I need to use Justice Shield, or not Justice Shield, but Delta Shield, because the whole... I think the whole shtick that I'm seeing here is that Rupee is healing him, buffing him, while simultaneously making us do absolutely no damage to him. Imagine if I just picked up Rupee and threw him off the ship. I mean, that's a valid strategy. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna focus on hitting him, and since everyone's already kind of, let me see. everyone's already kind of debuffed anyway, so let me see. I think I have a couple Curie crystals. Yeah, I do. And Justice Shield.
May righteousness be
It's
our
gonna do like
shield.
25% of the damage.
Justice.
Yeah, so I think I've discovered the gimmick here. It seems like the whole thing is that he's gonna power up for that legendary punch, and that's really it.
You angered me. Take this.
Or not. Holy shit, man! Okay, so I think I completely need to reevaluate my strategy now. I thought I had it down, but I knew there was something creepy about that kid. Like, that was... oh, man. But now it just kind of, like, shows me that I really do need to take him out as quick as possible. But it seems like Rupee is kind of in, like, the fuck everything phase at this point. So, yeah, what am I gonna do here? No, this is the gimmick. Yes, yes. Okay, so I think I'll just use a standard attack for them, Delta Shield. Actually, no. They start combo attacking once Rupee gets low. Yeah. So maybe I should have been focusing on Barta this whole time. So I guess it's kind of like a red herring kind of situation. So I think what I'll do is I'll just do a standard attack there. Delta Shield. No. I'll use Ica to revive Enrique because I need him more than anything else. And then I'll have her use Sakrulin on Vice. It's terrifying and hilarious. Oh yeah, like... See, I had a weird feeling.
Let's try
Like, there was something wrong with this situation. Like, I remembered the legendary punch, but I didn't remember the berserk thing.
Let's try this.
I wonder if the name Barta has any connection to Sega's Phantasy Star game where Barta has an ice attack? Yeah, I'm not sure.
That helped.
No, not Rain of Swords, Pirate's Wrath. So, I guess I'm not really going to worry about Delta Shield for the time being. Oh man, I can't use Justice Shield if I do that. Okay, so if I lose, that's probably what I'll do next time. Fuck, what am I gonna do here? Okay, so I think I'll just use a standard attack for this round. Yeah, I think I'll just go with standard attacks for the time being. I'll have Fina power up Vice for the Pirate's Wrath. Bit late for that now, though. Everyone needs to see Berserk Rupee at least once, yes. Like, that's a clip if I've ever seen one on my... I say that for every clip-worthy moment, but, like, I was genuinely shocked when that happened. Like, like, there was genuine fear. Oh, Fina got 666, I think. Okay, so... hopefully I can get through this, but if not, you know, it's just a learning experience. I won't hold it against myself. Yeah, Justice Shield has really been carrying me through these boss battles. Oh, this is gonna hurt!
Take that!
Oh, I just hope that Rupee doesn't do anything. Okay, good. At the very least, I'm getting something out of this. That's what I'm talking about! Alright, now I can handle, well, at least I think I can handle Barda, because, you know, he's kind of like a one-trick pony. It's like he charges up for a legendary punch attack, and that's something that I can handle. I can't handle some unpredictability. Like, that was genuinely scary. But that's the thing about these optional bosses, is like, they're not gonna just hand it to you. You really have to think. When you charge up, you can use the defense command to reduce his damage. Yeah. So, I think I'll just, for the time being, I'll use standard attacks. I will heal Vice. And then... Fina... I guess I could have her attack with Enrique. Well, no, I'll have her focus, and then I'll have Enrique do Justice Shield so I can recharge from using Justice Shield.
Our shield. Shield of justice.
I say charge up for the full special move, Blue Rogue's attack. Pal wants to bite Barda.
Take that!
I don't know, can I actually use Blue Rogues right now? I know that I have my crew, but I wasn't sure if I would be able to use it at this point, because I haven't gotten to Crescent Isle. Well, I've gotten to Crescent Isle, but I haven't gotten to it after Yapotoma yet. Let's find out. Okay. Wow, that is some really intense bass from somebody outside. Yeah, sure. I guess, you know, I'll just focus and guard. And if things get crazy, then I just have more spirit points to use for Pirate's Wrath. So I'll put on a show for everybody. And I'll have Fina heal Enrique, and then Enrique will continuously carry this battle through Justice Shield. Okay, who's he punching?
Take that!
Vice. I just love how cartoony that is, because he literally uppercuts him so hard he goes airborne. I wouldn't be surprised if he managed to get hit escape velocity with that punch. Because again, technically I could use my Aura of Valor here, but at the same time, I don't want to use it this early in the game. I want to save that for a much harder boss or a story-based boss. Actually, you know, we'll have her focus, and then Enrique, you're gonna just... Your utility is to use Justice Shield. Every time he gets punched, I use my grappling hook to pull him back. I'm secretly just around the corner. Well, hey, I appreciate your assistance in this battle, though. I could definitely use any help that I can get.
Here goes.
I will say that I'm really glad for the existence of the crystals, though, because I can use the magic without having to worry about using my spirit points, or magic points for that matter. So, guard, you'll focus, you'll guard, and then one more Justice Shield, and then I think we'll have enough for Blue Rogues, if I'm able to use it. But even if I don't, I've got like 2 Pirate's Wraths in there, so that's still a worthy endeavor, I think.
Take that!
Okay, I can. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to use Prophecy, but I'll use Blue Rogues because we just got Pow, and I want to see Pow bite this man's shins. Plus, I think Blue Rogues actually heals me, too.
This is what I'm paid for. Get a load of these!
Yeah, yeah, yeah!
A fine blade.
Gross. There's Pow!
The rejuvenator's ready to go.
Okay, so we're hitting him with a fan?
Bless us all.
I think it was worth it. Because it also healed us, too. Kazim just cracks me up, though. Like, I completely forgot about him. So, I'm gonna just kind of do what I've been doing, is I'll just have them focus and then Justice Shield.
May righteousness be our shield. Shield of justice.
Yeah, so, a story of back when I first... When me and my brother first got this game in 2003, like... Really, like, the whole of my battle strategy and his battle strategy back then was we would just, like... We would save the Aura of Valor, or we would just focus the entire match to get to Prophecy. And that was really all we did, was use that same ability over and over and over again. But I think I'm gonna save up for a couple more Pirate's Wraths, and I'll just wipe him with that. It'll take longer, but it'll take him out quicker, I think. There we go. Thank you, Cranberry. Prophecy is valid strat for a bunch of fights. Yeah, and I think it was good to have that because of the simplicity of it. Like, it's just, okay, get all your spirit points up to use Prophecy, and then that's how you win every battle. Plus, it's a really cool animation, too. Like, Blue Rogues is really cool because it includes your entire crew. And it's unique at each time you use it, depending on what crew setup you have, which I really like. Yeah, Blue Rogues is a lot more fun. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna save up for Prophecy. We're gonna have a fun stream. I'm not gonna be boring and use Pirate's Wrath the whole time. We're gonna be fun. We are gonna save up for Prophecy, and that is how we are going to win this battle. If I can heal Enrique in time, that is. Because if Enrique gets taken out, then I'm gonna have to scrap that plan, but... There's a Black Looper that shows up in the Dark Rift. He's honestly not a fun fight normally because he's a God Looper. Oh yeah, Elcian. Yeah, I am not excited to fight him. Because Loopers, especially when I first started playing this on stream, were really the bane of my existence because, to make a Pokemon comparison, they're essentially Shedinja. Like, they have low health, but they're extremely hard to hit. I mean, they're cute, I'll give them that, but at the same time, they're annoying. Okay, so... Attack. Focus. Have you heal yourself. And just a shield. I'm so glad I can skip the animation, though, because I'm sure that probably gets really annoying, like, playing that same animation over and over. Prophecy beats his evade encounters. Oh, cool!
Let's try this!
Yeah, because, I mean, there's not really too many characters in the game that, or just, like, in this universe that have that name. Plus, like, the most loopers, from what I've seen, have, like, some variation of the name Looper. But Elcian's different. Like, he has his own unique color scheme, and... Actually, no, I'm gonna use a Curia Crystal just so I can focus with her again. Plus, with how long it takes to get to Prophecy, it's good to have this conversation. You know, it helps me to kind of get a little more into it, you know? Plus, I'm, like, slowly but surely taking down his health with standard attacks. So by the time I get to Prophecy, it should be a one-hit kill. Okay, I think I should be able to get it in the next turn if I'm lucky. And I've got plenty of Sacrulin crystals, so I'm not really too concerned about using those. It's almost more beneficial to use the crystals than the magic, but then again, when I'm in ship battle, I can only, as far as healing magic is concerned, I'd only be able to use the magic version. But then again, I've got complete kits. Or, I will have complete kits. Because I don't have any right now. But I tell you what, there's a lot of moments in this game that I'm really excited to showcase for chat, for members of chat who have not seen this game before. Because there's just so many good moments of this game that I really want everyone to see.
Here goes.
I mean, the game in general is really fantastic, but like there are certain bosses and events that I really am excited to get to. But it will be a slightly shorter stream this time around. I will be streaming for at least, probably at least another hour-ish. Okay, so are we ready for Prophecy, chat? Ready or not? Here it comes.
In dire
We
need.
call forth
The power
of the ancients.
to battle our foe.
I mean, we're literally pulling a Majora's Mask at this point. Yeah, we take out the enemy, but we also kill all life on Arcadia in the process. Alright, we beat Rupee! Well, the Larso clan, rather. Ooh, nice. The good thing is there's a guild master just nearby, so I can let them know, like, hey, I beat this guy. Skies of Majora's Mask! Yeah, the captain's hat is amazing. Vice only accessory. Yeah, I'll probably equip it right afterwards. And thank you for the clip, Cranberry. Vice is such an inspirational character,
Yeah.
too. Like, Because I think, like, what I really like about this is that it shows you really don't have to live up to the expectations that somebody set for you. You hold yourself to your own standards. So, like, if somebody expects you to be a certain way or to do something, you don't have to. Ooh, it's getting a little toasty in here. May have to turn my fan on to another setting.
Yeah.
I really want to be a princess. Hey, that's a valid dream. Okay, so give me just a moment, chat. I am gonna go turn my fan on to another setting because I am very much overheating and it's kind of making me a little dizzy, so I may need a minute to just kind of recoup. So give me just a few minutes and we'll be back to Skies of Arcadia. Alright, sorry about that, chat. Just need to turn my fan on, kind of stand up for a second. It definitely can feel the weather change. Okay. Alright, so I got that accessory. I think Lapin is harder than these two. Yeah, Lapin was actually really hard for me. See, it was... Oh. It's equipment, that's right. Hat passed down through generations of Nasrian air pirates. Boost wear... Good God, that is insane. Okay, I'm definitely equipping that. Yeah, because when I fought Lapin, like, I tended to just really use, like, what was it, Skull Shield, like, almost exclusively, just to defend Fina and Aika against the Frogs. Because I think my issue is that sometimes I go into these boss battles just very recklessly, so I don't really think things through before I do them. And then the Guildmaster's right here, so... Alright, with that being out of the way, I think it's time we go to Crescent Isle. Plus, any level up is much, much appreciated. Yeah, but Loose Cannon Lapin, like, I just like the name Loose Cannon Lapin. It's, like, it has a little bit of an edge to it, but, I mean, I think it's a pretty cool title. Like, I considered for a few years using that as, like, an alternate account name for, like, an alias. Or just the name Lapin. But earlier in the stream, I actually learned that Valua, because I pronounced it a number of different ways throughout the years, so I pronounced it Valua, but apparently the proper pronunciation is Valua. He has a Gundam, yeah! But it just kind of doesn't roll off the tongue as well when you say the Valuans. I think Valua is a little bit more... Like, it rolls off the tongue a little easier, at least for me. Plus, a lot of the pronunciation in this game, like, some of the stuff is really up to interpretation, especially with the magic abilities, so I can't really fault myself too much for saying Valua instead of Valua. Alright, here's Crescent Isle. And that's a random battle. But that's good to know that I have access to Blue Robes and Prophecy now. I didn't think that I did. Oh, yeah, that's right. I need to switch back my colors. I want to make a game where the first enemy secretly scale with you, so later when you return to the starting area, those fodder slimes suddenly start one-shotting you. You can be such a troll. Oh, okay. Yeah, because like I said, some of the mechanics were just stuff that I remember mooching off my brother's file and seeing him play it. And the few times I did play it myself, I just did what he did. So as an adult, this is my first time really experiencing it. So really any help that chat gives me is much appreciated, because I want to make this a good experience for everybody. And the better I do, I think the better the experience will be. But even when I fail, it's still entertaining, because you can see me learn from my mistakes and persevere. I should do a run where I keep my swashbuckler level as terrible as possible. So when I use Prophecy, it does 10 damage or something. Crescent Isle's looking good. Yeah, because I always think of when you play the Pokemon games and you return to the hometown, and then you've got that one trainer or youngster bug catcher that you missed, and then you just obliterate them with your high-level team. It'll be so terrible that Prophecy heals the enemies. At that point, it really is Majora's Mask. Okay, here's the cutscene that I was thinking of. It's we discovered the world is round. Until now, no one knew what lay beyond the end of the world, and it was commonly thought to be a long, turbulent drop into nothingness. But after the Blue Rogue Vice returned from his voyage around the world, it became known that the world was in fact round. I want to see more. Well, see, some of these choices are a little difficult, but then again, it's when it's the more positive choices, it's just, for me, it's it could go either or, but it's okay. Oh, let me, why is Coward hit by the auto mod? Vice the Coward has added perk of making it easier to run from battles, speedrunners using it. Is that a legit thing, or I wouldn't be surprised if it is. I think some of them don't affect anything. Crescent Isle looks really comfortable. Oh hey, and Inca's flag is there too. Nice. And this also means I can get the moonfish that's here too. Here we are! With how fast Vice spins the wheel, I imagine that ship doing this hard right and crashing. Crescent Isle is so cool. I have big respect for carpenters that can turn a desolate rock into a sick base, especially considering they dug into the rock and made a dry dock in the time that we were gone. Plus, like, it's implied that it was just these two that did it. Like, they did all of this in that time. Like, imagine if you did that driving your car. Oh, God. Well, shiver me timbers. Honestly, Crescent Isle looks better than Pirate Isle. Oh, so they're... Well, I mean, I knew they'd become part of my crew, but I didn't know that they would... So... Another thing that I'd like to note here is that there was a project, I want to say in the late 2000s, there was a group of Skies of Arcadia fans who made a Half-Life 2 Episode 2 map that was Crescent Isle and the dry dock of the Delphinus. So, the map was never completed, unfortunately, but I have access to that map file, and you can play it in Gary's mod. So essentially what that map has is it has the entirety of the interior of the Delphinus, the dry dock, and then outside of Crescent Isle, just like some basic structures, but the dry dock is pretty much complete as well as the Delphinus. Really, really impressive map. And that is something that I am able to share because the project was abandoned many years ago. It's just a matter if I can actually post that in Discord with the file size. Gee, thanks, Lawrence. But I guess he's kind of a mercenary at this point. Well, not necessarily a mercenary, but he's hired hand. Some goodies. I wonder if someone's made this in VR chat. I would absolutely freak if there was something in VR chat like this. I mean, I have played Gary's Mod VR and I explored the Delphinus dry dock in VR, which is incredible. However, I did try to get this map ported to VR chat at one point. I tried to commission somebody to do it, but they were asking for a lot of money and stuff that I just didn't have. But I do have the map file, so if that is something that I could potentially do in the future, I would love to. Let's see. I'll replace the 5-inch gun with that. And then the Arc Whale torpedo is pretty good, so I will replace the heavy torpedo. Okay, good. Finally some complete kits. And I'm not ashamed of buying a bunch of these. Okay. And I could buy, like, a bunch of standard, like, just a standard amount of some of these. That thing that I got from the Civil and Bane. Not really too worried about selling stuff right now, because I'm sure there's probably other shops in here that I can see. That's where Lawrence was. Yeah, because if I can get this map ported to VR chat with the one that I have, like, I'd love to make it, like, just a home world where Skies of Arcadia fans can just chill out. Like, I would like to have, like, a video player on the top of the Delphinus and have, like, some couches and stuff. That would be really fun. Alright, Cupel, where's your Cham? I can hear it. Maybe it's back here. Yep. There we go. So I may do a few more things in Crescent Island. They may call the stream a little earlier today. Just because I'm not feeling too well at the moment. I think I'm just overheating. I mean, I'm fine. Like, there's nothing, like, super wrong with me, so... It's just I'm overheating a little bit, and I need to kind of take a break. And... maybe get some food and some water. What does Ryukan have? Oh, this is gonna hurt my wallet. Oh. Yeah, I think I'll just get the insulated mail, and I'll see who needs it the most. Looks like Fina would benefit the most from it, so I'll give it to her. If I remember correctly, I can spend, like, money at some point to upgrade the buildings in Crescent Isle as well, which will be great. But I also have to kind of look and see, like, what crew members I can get, because I'm, like, now that I'm able to kind of substantially build my crew... the more crew I have for Crescent Isle, the better. But now that I've got this, I can get the moonfish that's here. But I also kind of want to just take a moment and just observe. Because, like, this is a really good vantage point to just kind of observe the texture pack, and wow, this game looks gorgeous. Okay, time to go into the meeting room. So this is the meeting room is also accessible in the Gary's Mod map, but there's no tables or anything, so really you have to add your own. This looks like a 360 era game. Oh yeah, and that's... And even for, like... Even for that, like, it's running at 16:9 as well, and there were still some 360 games that were running for 4:3. But I tell you what, it was a lot of tweaking to get it to look and run this good, because I internally upscaled it to 1080p to remove a lot of the fuzziness, and then I had to use a couple different methods to fix the HUD up. Because when I first started, I was using the standard HD mod that's been around for years that really just fixed up some of the models and really just Vice, Ica, and Fina, and it was unfinished, so a lot of the stuff was incomplete, and it was kind of a mishmash of stuff that looked good and still was in the original resolution. But, I mean, I just, like, as an example, look at Vice's boot. You can see the little details of leather on his boot. And you can see the patterns on Enrique's royal garb as well. If I could get a Cupel plushie, I totally would.
Uh-huh.
Lands of Ice. Ooh, I'm really excited for the Lands of Ice, because, like, I really liked Yafotoma's look, but the Lands of Ice is... I love the music there, and just, the location is just absolutely beautiful. Ica's fantasies are pretty great. When you become a bicycle, don't come crying to me. I like how every time she has these fantasies, she just conveniently leaves out your fourth party member. I understand why they do that, but it's like, even for like the high five thing in Yafotoma, they just left Enrique out of it. I think that save point's still there. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to call the stream about 30 minutes earlier than I intended to. Just going to kind of relax and get some water, just kind of cool off, because I'm going to figure out what's wrong with the insulation in my room, because it is very toasty in here. But yeah, not too crazy amount of things that happened this stream, but I still think any progress is worth it. It's still a lot of fun to play this game anytime. I'll probably go back to my regular schedule of streaming another game and then Skies of Arcadia. So Usually my schedule's every 3 days, so check back 3 days from now, and I'll be streaming that something, and then after that, Skies of Arcadia, and then maybe if I find the time, I'll be able to add another day in there. But we're getting there. We're getting some really important story bits that I'm really excited to see and share with all of you who may not have played this game before or are re-experiencing it with me with this HD texture pack. But thank you, Cranberry, Specs, and everybody who tuned in today. I will be talking in the Discord chat later on about this texture pack and the Gary's Mod map file, if anyone's interested. But with that being said, though, thanks everybody for coming to my realm today, and I will see you next time.